This video is brought to you by CoolstuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are checking in on Simic. The dark side Simic. Simic is such a powerful color combination with so many ways to build the deck. And this is just one direction that I chose today, a direction that I think most people will enjoy, at least for our first dive into Simic, which is combining Thassa Deep Dwelling with Agent of Treachery. So when you blink Agent of Treachery every turn, you steal their stuff. I think that's pretty straightforward at this point because of the sweet blink effect on Thassa. What you don't want to do is play this too early, and what you don't want to do is have too many of them. So the way that I get around running a ton of Thassa with the Agent of Treachery is I run just one, and I use Finale of Devastation to find it. So I'm up to 3 Finale of Devastation to make sure that I'm stealing stuff as often as possible. I could run an Endrace Forerunners in this deck. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to do that. I find the Finale can finish most games just fine with or without the help of the Forerunners. The plus X in haste is more than enough. In fact, this deck is extra all on its own, with Hydroid Krasis, Cavalier of Thorns, and Nissa all doing a ton of heavy lifting. Agent of Treachery is our only interaction aside from a Blast Zone hiding in the mana base, so we don't do much to the opponent's board, but the Thassa tap another creature ability is actually pretty relevant once you have Nissa going. 2 URO. I wasn't sure what the right number was. I'm still not sure. This card is like a fine backup plan if you run out of things to do, and you can fetch it with Finale of Devastation, and you really only need one running, that is one in the graveyard, to keep escaping over and over, because you only need one in the graveyard. It cannibalizes the graveyard on its own. Getting back multiples doesn't make sense. It's legendary, so I think the current price is 2 URO for this deck. Could be wrong. I'll definitely make a version that pushes the URO a little bit harder. I have a lot of Simic versions I would make, and this one is the one that I, like I said, think that most of you would enjoy, which is stealing all of the things. Some of you are sick and twisted that way. Sound off in the comments. And we've got Risen Reef, Leafkin Druid, Paradise Druid, and 1 Grazer. These are the early plays that try to get in the opponent's way. I thought about Growth Spiral and the Wolf Willow Haven, the ramp cards that are not creatures, but I think you want the bodies because the bodies can block and we don't interact much, so having a body to block and keep us alive at times is very important. These cards don't interact terribly with Thassa. If you tap them for mana, Thassa can untap them so they can block afterwards. If you have a Risen Reef, the Leafkin Druid draws a card, and so on. So yeah, it's a fun little deck. It's very unclear what the final form and best form of Simic will be. This is my first dive into it, so let's go and take it for a spin and see what we think. Oh, and by the way, take charge, Agent. You're the star of this show. Let's do this thing. Shidakim. Maybe. No green mana. Fun. Green mana. More fun. Don't think we need the district here. I think we want all the green sources to play the Cav. So district, you can hang out, come back later. Play this tapped. Hello. Yeah, let's have our Druid out. I thought, like, do we want to hold it? But we have 2 Risen Reefs and a Cavalier of Thorns. I don't think we need to hold the Druid for anything. Wow. Quench me? Spiral. It's a ramp off, everybody. Who will ramp the harder? Wow. Alright. We're going to need to draw land, but things are looking fine if we can resolve things. Ooh, the opponent doesn't draw the land. Well, they'll definitely counter this. If I play this, and I still have 2 mana, I play around a Quench, and my position's pretty good. We want to make them start countering things next turn. Doesn't really matter if they do this turn or not. So we'll lead on the Druid. If you want to counter it, good. Hypnotic Sprite, you got it. Alright, that's an adventure card. So, something else in the flash deck we don't see every day. Now, once they have 4 mana, you want to start making them counter things because they could be flashing in Nightpack Ambusher instead. Ooh, they're running out the Sprite. I love it. Something's going to resolve. Ooh, it's going to be a big something. That can't be Mystical Disputed either, which is all that they can really do with 1 blue mana. And it has reach. And it gets us mana to resolve more things in the future. We need some blue. So let's watch for that. This temple is fantastic. That sweet, sweet free scry. And yep, yeah, that'll do. I like it. I'm into it. Let's not trade our Risen Reef, our little card advantage machine, with their Hypnotic Sprite, their 2/1 that can't attack right now. Don't do it, don't attack. Don't, no. Okay. I don't want to cut the video for too much stupidity. Believe it or not, you guys, I know that some of you out there just aren't going to believe me on this because you really like to let my opponents have it in the comments when they make mistakes or when you perceive them to be bad. I cut plenty of games because of silly things that the opponents do. Plenty of them. I cut games all the time because what the opponent is doing is nonsense. And it doesn't, you know, as you guys will point out again and again to me, it doesn't make for good viewing. All right, so here we can make a bunch of mana with Castle. And one thing we can do is lead with Paradise Druid and then follow it with Cavalier of Thorns. There is a fail state for that because we need the 2 mana from Leafkin to make that happen. Our opponent's likely to have a counter. I think what we do, well, let's test them with the Paradise Druid, just like before. Okay, this time it resolves. Now we can still play around Quench here because we have Leafkin. And see if they counter this Risen Reef. Triggers. Everybody's getting triggered. All 4 reefs. Life is beautiful. All right. Let's send a big message. We've been sternly dismissed. Okie dokie. No problemo. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 6, 9 mana we're looking at right now, potentially. Wilderness Reclamation. Alright, I know nothing. I know nothing of what I am facing. 10 mana. Can be a double cav. Let's tap this first. Let's crank this out to 11. Let's see if the opponent wants to counter this one. Yep, you've got Frilly. Frilly's just silly, you guys. It's a lizard wizard. Don't spend the time if you're not going to rhyme. Here's another one. Yep. We already played a land this turn. There's agents in the graveyard. Your go. Man, what a house of pain this card is. Now, we're never going to get them tapped out. We just have to run them out of resources and then use our Finale of Devastation. Shouldn't... Well, this might get harder. Might be harder than it looked. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. So I really... Let's see, that Gadwick is a big problem. We need to get Agent. So we need to draw a counter spell. Maybe the opponent will counter a Reef. It's a good counter target, that's for sure. Anybody who's like thinking value, they usually counter a Reef. Sure. Alright, so they target the Leafkin. Let's add mana. Let's try to add mana when the opponent's done targeting things. Waiting on them to make a play here. Alright, that comes back to my hand. Does this enter the battlefield? Yeah? Okay. Let's resolve those triggers. Take that action. Yay, interaction. The blast zone. Okay, another cav. Take that action. See what we put on top before we decide if we want to cav again. Yeah, not that important. Okay, so if the opponent's still holding up a counter, we could just Krasis it up. That plays through counter magic. We do have to watch our deck size. It's going to get, one might say, interesting. I think the opponent will still want to counter this. So let's make them do it. They bounced it for a reason, I'm sure. I'm actually okay with... No, that's just a borrower. A little bit of pressure in the air. Okay. One, two, three, four. All right. We're gonna be scraping the bottom of the deck, but I got a plan, sorta. Get excited. Need all this mana though. Gotta be able to do an absurd amount of things to play around a wilderness reclamation and the amount of mana our opponent can generate. They're going to rope me. Alright. Maybe a disconnect, maybe I blew up their motherboard. Okay, there's an Agent, a Nissa, and the Thassa's now in the graveyard. But remember, we can search the graveyard, so it's okay. So we still have 5 mana, 20 cards. I can't hold back. I must go all out this once. We'll work from this pretty low position, this pretty low deck size position from here. We're not going to play any more calves. We don't want to fetch any more calves. We want to avoid playing any more elementals. We've done the work. Ooh, that's a lot of spells, but we finally hit a URO, and we have 12 cards to play. Attacking doesn't get it done. Say go. Alright, they're going to try to sit on counter magic. They didn't even use their mana. So, how do we wear them down? We blow this up for 4 and they lose Wilderness Reclamation. That's a pretty big deal. So that is like 8 mana. What are we doing this turn? Let's try to URO them. May I have 6/6? Okay. Another sprite. Loving the sprite, huh? Alright, well then. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Do it again. I see my timer, by the way. I'm not oblivious, I know. Doing what I can. Still got 2 timeouts. Okay, that resolved pretty easy. Alright, now you get to stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See if they have a counter for this. I have a backup, so it's fine. Use cards. Does this die? Or does it have the +10/+10? I'm kind of curious. I already have a legendary URO. Let's see. Yes, it is a 10/10, and I didn't have to draw any cards. Serve them. That is sweet. If you're ever in a bind where you need your Krasis to be a 10/10 flying trample, but you don't want to draw many cards, you can get your 0/0 Krasis back with your finale. Good to know. Not a situation that's ever happened to me before. And quite honestly, what I should have done is I should have exiled, instead of exiling these Paradise Druids, I should have been exiling elementals I didn't want to get back, because it would over-trigger my Risen Reefs. Woohoo! Mona. Sure. Elementals and Nissa. The draw is no place, though, for a respectable magician. Ooh, control? Let's hope so. Nice and slow. That's the way we want our decks, our opponents to play out their decks. Grixis? Maybe gross Grixis fire type stuff. Alright. I don't think they'll kill me before I get to Nissa, so they may as well be taking Nissa. They choose the Reef, though. I guess we know what their trigger is. See if they have a removal for this Leafkin Druid. Otherwise, we might just be using Finale to get a Paradise Druid. Or another Leafkin. I guess those scale pretty well. Kroxa. Alright. I think Kroxa gets rid of the Finale. I think it's the worst card in the hand. That's the next worst card. Alright, Baby Crisis. Gotta draw lands. And we do, but it's a tap land. That's hella awkward. We still have a chance to rip one off the top here. An untapped land for Nissa. So what are you doing, Grixis? You've hit my hand twice. Are you dedicated discard? Are you fires? Your Ritual of Soot? Frustrating. 2 agents off the top is not ideal. I'll keep that. It's a land. Land for Nissa. Field of Ruin, huh? They should use that now. They saw me keep a card on top. Okay. No use for the mana. So we'll have to rip one off the top again. Opponent's doing a good job. Nice stuff. And they're obviously a pretty dedicated Kroxa deck. They've already filled up their graveyard. Hey, we did it. We are the greatest. Send this island at the opponent. Now, so they've played themselves to a good position so far. Let's see if Nissa still just wins the game. It looks like our opponent's going to go for bringing Kroxa back. That's going to play right into the agent. Unless they have a mystical dispute, this is going to get ugly. Mine. Cool trick, bro. Oh. Yeah, the land shall conquer you. How do you come back from that? Yeah, red button. Facey explodey. Beltron. Nice. This hand could just do it all. This could be a turn 3 Nissa if we reveal a land with our Risen Reef or draw another ramp creature. Another ramp creature. Yeah, we play this, and then the next turn we play Nissa. Better, safer than the Reef. Yeah. More reliable. Mono red. Prepare to die. Good job. You did it. It's good attack. It's quality. It's been a long time since I turned 3 Nissa'd someone, and I have no remorse for mono red. Go ahead, Bone Crusher it. Do it. It's going to block you forever. Yep. Champion. Fervent champion. As 3/3. Boom. Yeah, Archimedes is just over there dancing about it. Uh-huh. So the opponent kills my island. I still have a lot of mana next turn. Yeah, let's just make him deal. I'm gonna block you every turn. Just make you get through everything I play. Don't think you'll like it. Uh-huh. Good job. One island down. Let's see how it turns out. Okay. Trying to fight me on mana. I think that's going to be a tough go. Yeah, I know I want to play you, right? Let's see what we get. Sweet. URO life card. Cav. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, here comes the Tinny. Everybody attacking the Nissa. All right, well. Should I just... No, we shouldn't let Nissa ever take damage, right? Yeah. 1 is fine. Let's see, double Infuriate kills her? Yeah. Yeah, let's just not take damage. Let's just let Nissa win. Nissa who wins the game. If she doesn't die, I don't lose. Who needs card advantage? I guess we want this after the Cavalier since it's just going to bin our top 5. Well, we could double fill our graveyard with Fabled Passage, which I think is more relevant than the castle, which I don't think I'm ever going to activate this game. Let's use it now, since we're going to use a Scryland. One, 2, 3, 4, and 1 blue. 5. So I can't play this turn. I may as well try for better. Attack with the elementals. This can't block. URO the opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop! Stop! Stop hitting him! He's already dead! I can't. It's mono red. Mono red must suffer. Mono red must suffer to no end. Going for the 7th win, and we haven't blinked a single agent. I think we've only cast one. It just hasn't been necessary. Just Nissa keeps winning the dang game before we do anything with Thassa and Agent. And yeah, this hand might be up to the challenge. We need land. You are not land. I will only keep land. As much as I would love some double reef action. Gutter Bones. I has a blocker for that. The Druid does work. It does a lot of work. Next turn could be interesting. If we draw the land, I might want to play the Thassa. Just so that when I do play my Reef, I get 2 triggers off it to give myself the best chance to find land. Your Sacrifice. Interesting. Your double cat sacrifice. Oh god. Oh, we didn't draw the land. Will we get mana screwed out of this game? Land is the only acceptable option. If our Reef lives, this is good. If it doesn't live, this is bad. We should assume it won't live, so let's put that away. Besides, untapped land is Nissa. Nissa's pretty good. Devil's here. Ow. So let's hang on to this, and we draw the land. Okay. Ow. Bye-bye, Reefy boy. Gotta do it, though. Green mana. Like, they're giving me the oops, but I mean, I think we had to do that. So, we could have Angrass Rampage, which would be a bit of a tilt. But I think we're just the Nissa deck. Big turn, can they deal? Are they ready? Did they come prepared? They have another devil. They don't have an oven though. They don't have a way to sacrifice. And they are moving all in. Just bad beatdowns. It's a chance to trade for this devil. I think I should take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana next turn. I want to play the Cavalier of Thorns. I want to play the Krasis. If we block here, we go down to 9. Yeah, I think it's worth it. But the opponent without a sacrifice trigger yet. I mean, the worst they could do is have like God Eternal Bantu or something, which could be epic. I could lose the game because of that. I wouldn't be too mad, I don't think. So this is Mega Krasis. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? What about Cavalier of Thorns into Krasis? What about Cavalier of Thorns into Thassa? Well, let's start with an attack. Nah, the opponent might block. I don't think they will, though. I don't think they will. If they do, I think that's... I'll just live with it. It's fine. Alright, so... there. Cavalier. Now this will produce 2 mana, which is why we didn't tap it earlier. Let's get another forest. So Claim the Firstborn's a card. And a dangerous one. And something to think about for sure. What if I just play you? I don't have any blue. It's my only blue. What if I play another Nissa? Then I have another blocker. I think that's just better. 3, 4. Claim the Firstborn's a card, everybody. Let's try to act like it. Stealing my Hydroid Krasis could be pretty nasty. There, okay, there's an oven. The opponent has the sacrifice triggers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And they say go. So now I have to win. I could agent the oven. Sorry, thinking a lot. Might be dead here. I can play the Krasis after combat, potentially. If the opponent trades away these devils for these forests, it's pretty brutal. So this is tapped another target creature. I don't have anything else to really sink the mana into. I may as well let this go. If these devils are gone, I'm okay, I think. But the opponent, they can put me really low. Oh, they're going after Nissa. They don't see it. They don't see it. Love it. Now they say oops. Maybe they just realized. Or maybe they have... Maybe their plan is just to get rid of the Nissa. Now they're going face. It's like they hear me. I'm not streaming. They don't. But it is like that. Drop them to 9. Can play you, Blink Cavalier. Is it worth it to have you on the battlefield? You are a hexproof blocker after all. And then Cavalier will be my other blocker. So it's 2 blockers either way. No, this is 3 blockers. Let's just take the Cavalier. Plus, if we get a forest, we can tap something down with the Thassa. Not what I had in mind. Super close. No, they top decked. Top deck wrecked, boys and girls. Worthy final boss, that's for sure. We're far from out of it. Far from out of it. We're still figuring this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could get another Cavalier with the finale. I could play the Krasis, which is life. The URO, though, is really good, but that is another amazing claim the firstborn target. I could just finale up a URO for the 3 life and the card. Man, this is tough. Let's start with an attack. We're going to blink this Cavalier anyway. I think the right play is to fetch another Cavalier. But 6 life is not a lot. Okay, they double block to get rid of a temple, huh? So I am going to lose some mana because of that. It's pretty heads up play. Pretty heads up play. So I think what we'll do with them being down to just the cat is play a Krasis and blink the Cav. 1, 2, 3. It's not a big Krasis. So maybe we're just better off Euroing here. They can steal the URO, but I can block with the Cav. I could also blink the URO, and it goes right back to the graveyard, plays around, claim the firstborn. And we do it with this. Because then we can also play the Paradise Druid. Play this. Yeah, if they steal this, the only way that they kill me with it is a fling. Let's use the Cav. I still think that claim is gonna get... Claim might hurt really bad here. Alright, still 29 cards in the deck if anybody's scared. Pay 2 life. Is it a Bantu? Man, if they had that double devil setup with the Bantu, then all they needed was the land to kill me. But that's gonna do it. The opponent scoops out. And let's have a little talk. Let's have a little talk. Claim the prize. I'm gonna talk about the deck for a minute because we played a lot of aggro here. Not much in the way of control, just a lot of various little aggro decks. And these Agent of Treachery and Thassa were completely unnecessary. Almost a hindrance, quite honestly, to have these taking up space in the hand. Our one loss was to a red aggro deck. We were on the draw. They curved. We had both Thassa and 2 agents sitting in our hand, and we missed a land drop. It was like they're not for that matchup. They're for the matchups, and I think that they looked really good in the streamer showcase because they're for the matchups where everybody's mid-range control or combo going over the top of each other. And in those matchups, you have this end game of just stealing their permanence every turn that really pays off. But in the aggro meta, in current ladder, this was an afterthought, and maybe that means you only need 1 Agent of Treachery and that you should focus more on early ramp. So the suggestions I would make to anybody working on this deck right now would be to cut down to 1 Agent of Treachery, go up to 3 Arboreal Grazers. You might want to trim 1 Finale of Devastation, and you could play an Endraze Forerunners. That card just wins the game, but it's also really bad against aggro, so I don't know if you need it. But I think if you're going into this deck, maybe the 3rd URO. I mean, this card was really good for buying time, and you saw just having 1 available all the time and bringing 1 back made a big difference. Or maybe it's all Grazers. Just stay alive. Yeah, I think I like that best. I think I like trimming 2 Agents of Treachery and going up to 3 Grazers for the aggro-ish meta, such as what we face today. I also am not convinced that you need Mobilize District. Blast Zone looked like it was going to do something once, then didn't, but it is pretty good against aggro. Maybe you want a second one. But yeah, that's my take on Simic Ramp now. And thanks for staying till the end. Remember, put in the comments, let me know if you like the what I would change at the end kind of sum up. And thank you for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.